word for word. There are so many other areas of help you are seeking first before you seek me. Stop wasting time and money on all these other options when I can guide you to the right place, the right person, at the right time. Wow, if we could just really catch that. Just try seeking me, earnestly inquiring of me first, and see how much smoother and easier your life will be. Before you start your day, before you make that decision, before you act in haste, call out to me and wait for direction. I will give you peace that passes all the other feelings vying for your attention. It's time to start walking in the Spirit as never before. You can do it. It's probably the easiest thing you'll ever do once you start doing it. Take that extra moment to turn your heart toward me and wait in my presence for peace. If peace isn't leading you, simply wait and know that I do hear and I will answer those who seek me first. We must walk in obedience to the word. Otherwise, we are walking contrary to the truth, to God's perfect will. Be consistent and be diligent. Be controlled by the Spirit and by the word. Not on one day and off the next. We got to stop doing that, guys. On today, off tomorrow. In James 1:19 it says, "Understand this, my beloved brethren, my friends. Let every man," that includes us women, boys and girls, "be quick to hear, listen, slow to speak, shut your mouth, slow to take offense and to get angry." Man, if we could just do that. Just do that. What did he say? What in the world did he say? Be quick to hear. The only way I hear is whenever I'm listening. Slow to speak. Slow to take offense. I've never seen so many people get offended. It says in the last day that they will do that, but it's just ridiculous. You're eating up your own blessing. You're speaking death into your life when you take an offense. You're trapped. You're trapped. That's what an offense means. It means it's a trap. It's like a bear trap. And then it goes on down into verse 21, and it says, "Get rid of all uncleanness and rampant outgrowth of wickedness." We don't let fear guide us. No. Or change our hearts from doing the will of God. Stay on the course. Stay in peace. In Acts 27, Paul was being transferred by ship to Italy. He was a prisoner. But Paul told them after they reached a certain port, it was called Fairhaven, he said, "Don't sail from this port, because disaster and much loss, not only cargo, your stuff, but the ship, your home, where you're at, but therein your very lives as well. But you know what? The centurion that was in control, he paid no attention. He didn't listen. And he said no, and he headed out toward the sea. David and I have literally sat with people, and we've sat with people alone. I've sat with people, David sat with people across from them, and literally begged them, don't do this. Don't do this. Please don't do this anymore. Please just listen. Just one more time. Please don't walk away. Don't leave that marriage. Stop. Then they walk away into disaster. I've seen it too many times. It breaks my heart. And David knows this. And I'm in tears. And I think, I can't stand it. Why don't they listen? The same thing happened to Paul. The ship and all those aboard. In other words, it doesn't just affect you when you go out and you don't listen to God and you get out into disaster and you get out into nastiness. It doesn't just affect you. It affects lots of people around you. Lots of mamas and daddies are affected. Lots of husbands and wives and children are affected. Many lives are affected by our decisions. Well, you know the story. The ship was caught up in the horrible winds, and they lost everything. I've seen it. Lose everything. I saw David one time put some keys down on a table, and he said, if you don't change, you see these keys? There's keys to your house. There's keys to a car. There's keys to a home. There's keys to this family. If you don't change, and he threw them. They lost everything. The ship went down. And Paul is telling them, just stay together, and your lives will be saved. Your lives will be saved. And that doesn't mean that you don't ever have anything again. That means you start rebuilding again. Yes, you start rebuilding. And you start listening again. And you start enjoying the goodness of God. You start enjoying the prosperity of God once more because you've started listening and obeying. It's time to stop jumping overboard. Stop playing with sin. Stop dangling around out there in stuff you shouldn't be in. I'm telling you, it was so strong this week. You got to listen. God has safety. He has rescue. He has hope. And He has a future for you. He has a future for you. And if we seek Him first and listen and let peace be our guide.